In this video today, I want to talk about simplifying spirituality and why I feel this is really important in today's world and how we can start to move towards a more simplified way of living, really. So in the world of spirituality, there are many, many, many things, and it can be very complicated and confusing. And I also feel that you can really develop a large ego too, even within spirituality, even though the whole point of spirituality is to dissolve the ego. You can actually build it up pretty strongly in this realm. And anyone who knows anything about the ego, you can spot it pretty quickly, and you can see that even in spirituality, even in this space, people can have large egos. So the reason why I'm focusing on simplifying spirituality or talking about just simply being present is because it doesn't allow the ego to really get involved. You can't really blow it up when it comes to being mindful or present. And one of the most beautiful practices of spirituality, one of the most effective ways to just live a better, healthier life is through being present, is through coming into the present moment and approaching life in that way and living life in that way. You know, when you can simplify this and just live a simple life of being present with, you know, when you have dinner or with your spouse or with your friends or when you're at work, you know, just allowing yourself to be fully in the now, to be fully present with that person you're talking to or listening to be fully present while you eat your dinner. Like, these are simple things, but you get so much more out of life when you're fully present. And it's not about the ego. It's not about, you know, boosting up your whatever it is in spirituality, whatever you're doing or interested in, but rather just approaching life in a simple way. This is really beautiful. And this is what I believe spirituality is meant to be. It's not meant to be this like huge, overcomplicated, trying to understand the universe, but practicing living here in this world and being a good person and being present and simply enjoying life as it is and for what it is. And that to me is beautiful, and that to me is sacred, and that to me is holy. So again, I've talked about this in previous videos, but how we can simplify spirituality is just through practicing the present moment. So you can really apply this just in your daily life. Like, what do you do in the morning? You know, brushing your teeth in the morning or having coffee. Give your full attention to that. Actually enjoy your coffee. Be present when you're brushing your teeth. And then as you move throughout the day, maybe you have breakfast or whatever, or you go to work, be present there and just give your fullest attention to what you're doing. I promise you that through this simple practice of mindfulness and giving your attention to what you're doing in that moment, you just start to enjoy life more. One of the things that you can get caught up in spirituality too is that you can still get caught up in this whole chasing aspect. Like, you're chasing something. You're chasing enlightenment, or you're chasing, you know, different things. And I do believe, you know, having a goal and aiming towards something and moving towards that is important for sure. But are we enjoying the journey of that thing? Are you actually enjoying your day-to-day life? Because if you're not, then something's wrong. So what I believe is that even in spirituality, when we're moving towards goals there, or we're moving towards other goals in our lives that maybe isn't spirituality, like, are we actually enjoying the journey to that goal? Are you enjoying, you know, each and every moment of every day? And you're not always going to be happy. You're not always going to be enjoying life. But if we can just adopt this principle, this practice of just being present to something, to whatever you're doing, you're going to enjoy it more. It's going to be a little bit more enjoyable, and I won't say exciting and fun, but just something that you enjoy. I like the word enjoy. I think that fits better. That fits really well in this whole thing. So, most of your days are going to be just your regular day, like kind of mundane. There's nothing really exciting happening all the time in your life. You don't have these huge emotional hits that are going on. Even mystical spiritual experiences, they don't happen every minute of every day. They don't happen every week. You might go through periods where it happens frequently, but again, you're living in this world, and we need to learn how to enjoy life as it is. And I think presence can be very sobering. I believe it can help you just get in touch more with reality, with just life itself happening here and now. Like, what's happening here and now, and how can we enjoy this moment rather than trying to get to the next moment, or we're just so focused on the end goal of something or the aim of something that we just lose. We end up losing the actual enjoyment of the journey. So bringing your attention to your daily life, to the things that you're doing, even if they're not quote unquote spiritual, or they're not part of your goal, or whatever it may be, like just do the simple things. Bring it back to simplicity with spirituality. Bring it back to just being present with your partner, just being present with your meals, being present while you take a shower, while you brush your teeth, while you wash your hands. Try this, and this is a very sacred practice. This is a spiritual practice, which doesn't require much of you to do anything other than just giving your attention to it. And I believe that that's how we can really enjoy the mundane, kind of boring days, if you will, but how we can enjoy every day, how we can be getting the most out of our life, because our life really, again, it's made up of these days. It's the journey. Life is the journey. And we don't want to rush to the destination. We want to actually enjoy that process of getting to wherever it is we want to go. So I invite you to bring in presence, or bring in the practice of being present in your daily life. Try this today. What you could do is, if there are one or two things that you do on a regular basis, give your attention to that. Like when it comes to showering, you do that daily. Make a commitment that every time I'm going to shower, when I go in the shower, I'm just going to be present while I shower. So you can put your attention to the water running, and be present while you wash yourself. Like, do these things. Don't think about what you're going to do tomorrow, or what you're going to do when you get out of the shower, or the things you have to do or accomplish, or whatever it may be that can pull your attention away from being present while you're showering. But just for those 5-10 minutes, I'm just going to be present while I do this. I'm going to give my full attention to the shower head, the water running, to washing myself, to this whole thing. I'm just going to be present. So pick one or two things that you do daily, give your fullest attention to that, and see how much more calm you feel after it and during it. And you'll actually see that you're enjoying it more. So the more you can move into practicing this in everything that you do, the more enjoyment you're going to get out of life, the more peaceful you're going to be. And that, I believe, is very spiritual and sacred in and of itself. So give that a shot, and I'll see you in the next video.